Hi friends, a very good evening to all. Now today in this video I will going to tell you the laminated composites. You see here, this is the first top sheet. This is the matrix material. Then below that reinforced material is placed. Okay. Then below that again matrix material is placed. That means what? It is a layer by layer process. One matrix material, one composite material, one reinforced material, again matrix material. That means the reinforced material is sandwiched between the two matrix material, and in this way, as per the requirement, we make the composite material, laminated composite material of the required thickness. What are the advantages of the composite materials? These are non-corrosive and resistance to chemical agent. They are lower in weight. They show high strength to weight ratio. That means what? Composite material, their weight is less but their strength is high. Okay. Then show high stiffness. They show good thermal properties. They show better surface finish, and they are available in almost all colors. What are the disadvantages? Initial fabrication cost is high. That means initially to make the composite material with the required manufacturing process, high cost is incurred. They are more brittle. It is very difficult to repair the composite material once it is under the maintenance. The processing time is consuming. Raw material cost is high, and they are not isotropic. Isotropic means what? They show the property of the material in X direction different. Again, they show the property in the Y direction different. Means their properties in all the directions are not same. That means they are not isotropic. What are the applications? They are used in making aircraft parts because they are light in weight and they show high stiffness, high strength. Therefore, they are used in making aircraft parts such as fairings, spoilers, etc. Car parts such as front end, tail doors, car beams, side doors, they are made of composite materials. Then sports equipments such as badminton rackets, tennis rackets, golf stick, hockey stick, etc. In biomedical, bone fixation plate, hip joint replacement, etc. In marine boat hulls, ship's superstructure, they are used. In military applications, bulletproof vests and military aircraft, etc. Then we'll discuss ceramics. See, it is one type of the material. It is very simple. Basically, it is inorganic and non-metallic material. Non-metallic material means what? They do not contain iron. Okay. It is commonly, they are electrical and thermal insulator, means they are not good conductor of heat and electricity. They are brittle, means they are very hard and composed of more than one elements. They are strong in compression and weak in tension. See, one thing I would like to tell you, generally brittle materials are strong in compression and weak in tension. It can withstand chemical erosion in acidic environments. Okay. It can withstand at very high temperatures between 1000 to 1600 degrees. That means we can use this material at high temperature, high operating temperatures. They may be semi-transparent and transparent. For example, glass. See, the best example of the ceramic material is glass. Traditional ceramic materials, they include clay materials, kaolinite, and recent ceramic materials are aluminum oxide, glass, bricks, tiles, etc. Especially this is useful for civil engineers. Modern ceramic materials known as advanced ceramic materials, which include silicon carbide, SiC, and tungsten carbide, silicon nitride, etc. Okay, so next we are going to discuss glass. It is a type of ceramic material. I told you it is inorganic in nature, it is non-metallic compound, it is hard, brittle and transparent material. Okay, the most common form of the glass is silica based material containing 70% of silicon oxide, SiO2. Then optical fiber glass. Okay, now you see the diagram. See, basically optical fiber glass is a flexible transparent fiber made by drawing silica glass or plastic to a diameter slightly thicker than that of a human hair. See, it is very minute in diameter. The diameter of the optical fiber is slightly more than or thicker than the human hair. Optical fibers are used most often as a means to transmit light between two ends of the fiber, and wide usage in fiber optic communications. You see telephone cables, or our TV cables, they are made of optical fiber material. See, basically there are three parts, three elements of the optical fiber. One is transmitter, which converts electrical energy into light. Another is optical fiber. You see here, this is the central part, this is the optical fiber, through which light is transmitted. And photodiode, which converts light energy again back to electrical energy. See, the diagram is given here. The cross section of the optical fiber is shown here. The outer material, the outermost circle is known as coating or jacket. Then the second circle, see, this is the second circle. This is known as cladding. And the innermost circle, shaded portion, is known as optical fiber. Then cermets. See, the aluminium powder Al2O3 is mixed with phosphoric acid. It is mixed with phosphoric acid, to produce aluminium phosphate. So this is the cermet material. See, aluminium phosphate is known as a cermet material. What are the properties? It can be worked at high temperature. It shows high resistance, high hardness. What are the applications? They are used in the manufacture of resistors, capacitors and other electronic components. Thank you friends. In the next video, we will discuss smart materials.